Hello and welcome back to another episode of Overlay DFS. I am your host as always, Ira Silver. Happy New Year, happy 2020. We're starting a new decade out. We're starting with a new platform. Overlay DFS is starting the revolution. Are you sick and tired of losing to sharks on FanDuel and DraftKings that have over 150 lineups in every single contest? I know I was. That's why I joined the revolution at Overlay DFS. Today we're going to be reviewing tonight's Double Deuce Progressive on overlaydfs.com, also available in the App Store at Overlay Fantasy Sports. Let's jump right in, share my screen, and jump into the matchups. All right, so for those of you who are new, once again, you make 12 picks plus 3 alternates in case of inactive, so you're going to have to decide who's going to have more total fantasy points, Will Barton or Jamal Murray, Aaron Holiday or TJ Warren, Miles Turner or Jeremy Lin, McConnell or Grant, so on and so forth. Again, you're responsible for making 12 picks and 3 just in case of inactive. So 3 alternates in case of inactives. If you're right, you get a win. If you're wrong, you get a loss. And obviously, a tie is a tie. Now, you got to finish in the top 10% to turn that $20 into $180. And if you go perfect 12-0, tonight's jackpot right now is $4,100. Keeps growing and rolling over until someone goes a perfect 12-0 in this game. Now, people always ask, hey, what happens if everyone goes 8-4? What happens to the prize pool then? Well, what happens is you see these numbers here, your tiebreaker points. You want to start to accumulate the most amount of tiebreaker points as possible. So if you select Jamal Murray over Will Barton and Jamal Murray wins, you get 12 tiebreaker points and so on and so forth. So let's jump into a couple matchups here. A couple matchups I like here. Murray over Barton. I think that one's an interesting one. I think that Murray probably has a higher usage rate without even looking at it. He's been more aggressive as of late, and it should be a fun one to watch. It'll be a close one. Another interesting one I like here that I lean towards is going to be Kevin Love versus the Charlotte Hornets and Devon Graham. Let's look at some hoop ball stats here. Kevin Love, power forward position here. So we're just going to look at some analysis here on efficiency. As you can see, the Charlotte Hornets ranked 24th in efficiency. So that's a good matchup for Kevin Love. But also, let's see, Grams will be against Cleveland. They're ranked 20th. So I'm going to go here and lean towards Kevin Love in this spot. I really like it. Could be an interesting one. It might come down to the wire, but that is the matchup that I like the most, I would say. Another interesting matchup that I like a lot, Jimmy Butler versus Kyle Lowry, both playing each other. I think that, Miami is a very solid team. I think they are also a 5.5-point favorite in this game at home against Toronto. I'm going to lean Jimmy Butler here. Damian Lee has been playing lights out against opponents as of late. Draymond Green obviously is going to have a high usage rate, but I'm going to go ahead and go Damian Lee here in this spot on the road in Minnesota against the Timberwolves. I just like the guard position better over than the power forward position against Minnesota, especially if Cat decides to play tonight. So next matchup here, we're going to go ahead and build this out. I'm going to go ahead and say Donovan Mitchell over Gobert, but let's double check here. Let's just look at the efficiencies here. So we got Chicago ranking 29th in efficiency against the shooting guard position. Not so good. And let's see how they rank against the center position. They rank 26. So I think the edge here is Donovan Mitchell, which I lean towards without even looking. So let's go there. I like Bogdanovic against Ingles tonight. I think that it's always a close one when you got those two guys, but I think that Bogdanovic has a better handle on this matchup just because of the pace of the game. I think Bogdanovic is going to be able to take a lot more shots than Ingles. Ingles plays a little slow down, so he definitely handles the ball a lot. But look for Bogdanovic to really take it lights out tonight against the Chicago Bulls. Another interesting matchup here on Overlay that I really like. Where was it? Yes, Rashawn Holmes versus Jackson. I'm going to go lean Jackson against Memphis here. I just really like how Holmes is playing lights out. He's been fantastic in terms of fantasy this year, and just really an overall solid player. Oh, this is a fun one here. Andre Drummond versus Kawhi Leonard. Wow, that's a tough one. I'm going to go Drummond here, even though Leonard probably will be the chalkier play on the board. I'm going to go Drummond here, a little contrarian, as I think Leonard will be a popular choice. And then final matchup here that I like is Sabonis over Dinwiddie. I just really like Sabonis's upside here in this matchup, and Dinwiddie has been playing great. However, I really, really like Sabonis in this matchup. Okay, let's take a look at some NBA lines for tonight and a couple NBA bets that we like. So let's run down the card here. We got Charlotte at Cleveland. Cleveland is a 2-point favorite against Charlotte. Wow, look at this. Okay, never mind. Sorry, it opened at -2. It's down to -1.5. Looks like some steam has been coming on Charlotte. The over opened at 210. It's up to 213.5 now. Last matchup ended 100-98. I like Charlotte in this spot, +1.5. That is a lean for me, not an official play, but it is a lean. Denver at Indiana. Indiana is a -1.5-point favorite. Total is 209. No real play for me in that game. Toronto on the road in South Beach playing against Miami. Miami's a 5.5-point favorite. Total is 214. Looks like money has been coming down on the under here. No real play for me here. Nothing really to mention. Nothing noteworthy. Golden State on the road against Minnesota. Minnesota is a 3-point favorite. Over under 213.5. It opened 221.5. It's now down to 213.5. I like over 213 here. I just think both teams don't play that great defense. It's a lean, not a play, but you heard it here first. And also, I'm considering Golden State on the money line or +3. Utah on the road in Chicago. Chicago is a 3.5-point, 4-point dog. Over under 210, 210.5. No play here for me as well. Next game on the board, Oklahoma City at San Antonio Spurs. San Antonio is a 2-point favorite, open -1, now up to -2, over under 218. I don't know what happened there. Maybe a line changed. Okay. I like the San Antonio Spurs. I like them on the money line, -125. That is a play for me tonight. Brooklyn on the road in Dallas. Dallas is a 7.5-point favorite, over under 222. No real play here for me. If I had to lean one way or the other, I'd probably play Brooklyn +7.5 or wait for an in-play wager. Try to get Brooklyn, as a 12 to 13-point dog in play, maybe first or second quarter. Memphis on the road in Sacramento opened Sacramento -3.5. It is now up to Sacramento -4.5, over under 225, 224.5, 225.5, depending on where you shop. I'm going to go ahead and take the Sacramento Kings -4.5 here in this spot. That is a play for me tonight. And finally, last but not least, Detroit on the road in Los Angeles playing against the Los Angeles Clippers. Clippers open as a -11.5-point favorite. They are now laying 12.5. And the over-under is 224.5, 225, depending on where you are. No real play here for me in this game as well. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for joining us. It means the world to me. Please like, subscribe, comment below. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook at Overlay Fantasy Sports. And let us know if there's anything else we can do for you. But yeah, please enjoy the game, have fun, and go win that $4,100 tonight in the progressive jackpot, double deuce progressive. Only $22 to enter. Top 10% pays $180. 12 and 0 gets $4,100, and that keeps growing and rolling over. Thanks so much for joining us, and I will see you next time.